Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey, here once again with another video on Arrow Season 6. And this is going to be my trailer breakdown for episode 20 of this season, otherwise entitled Shifting Allegiances. But of course, before we get into the rest of the video, let's actually watch the trailer.
You really expect me to believe that you are scared of a thug like Diaz?
You see this man? Savior of the city. I put you on the ground, you leave Star City forever. You put me on the ground, I'll do the same.
Arrow, all new this Thursday at 9/8 Central on the CW.
So just quickly before we get into anything else, sorry if you can hear like stuff in the background. It is like pouring down rain and thunderstorming where I live. It just happened out of nowhere. It was like sunny like an hour ago. It's ridiculous. Anyway, let's continue on. So last episode was actually one of the most divisive episodes I think I've ever seen with Arrow. And I left the episode going, okay, I personally really liked it because I like the Ricardo Diaz character and we got a lot of him in that episode. So I was fairly happy when I left the episode. But I see myself as a fairly good judge on what other people would think about it, depending on like what characters they like. And I still went out of the episode thinking, yeah, I think basically the majority of people watching this episode might not like it as much as I did, but will leave it saying, yeah, that was a decent episode, that was worth watching. But from what I saw online, there was a lot of people hating on the episode, and then it was about 50-50, I'd say, just off the top of my head from looking what I saw on social media, my comment section of my review, and stuff like that. And honestly, I think it comes down to maybe the way that a character such as Felicity was treated in the episode. This isn't me bagging at the character, so put away your goddamn pitchforks. Felicity was treated like an idiot in the episode, which is really weird. Mainly that end scene with Oliver, when she like wasn't able to like figure out where Oliver was. It's like, there's no way Felicity would be able to have some way of tracking where Oliver was, unless Oliver had a new suit when he was Green Arrow, which he wouldn't have. So I found that a bit unbelievable, and I think that's what people were getting sort of annoyed at. Maybe the just downgrading of Felicity, if that makes sense. But I said in my review, I think those scenes shouldn't have even been in that episode. They should have been in the next week's episode. That whole episode that we watched, well, yesterday, I guess, should have been all Diaz and Black Siren. But anyway. But before we get into the actual breakdown of episode's 20 trailer, we will quickly go over the synopsis or description for this episode, as it does give us like a better idea as to what's going on. But before that, be sure to let me know in the comment section down below your various opinions on the trailer, what gets you excited, what catches your eye, all that good stuff. Let me know in the comment section down below. And of course, if you're going to enjoy the video, be sure to drop a like on it and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Oliver turns to an old friend to help battle Diaz. Meanwhile, Renee is out of the hospital but has a hard time readjusting to life as Wild Dog. Also, Lance discovers something shocking about Black Siren. So we start off the trailer by seeing Quentin having a go at Oliver, I'm guessing, for being scared of Diaz. Like, it could be someone else. Like, it could maybe be Black Siren, as the synopsis does say. Lance discovers something shocking about Black Siren. It might be that, you know, she's been working with Diaz, obviously. I'm guessing that's what it is, because that's the only thing I could think of that's shocking, I guess. So that, if I had to put a guess on it, it's between Oliver and Black Siren. The main reason it being Oliver is because we see Oliver fighting Diaz throughout the trailer, but then also Black Siren because of what she's been doing behind everyone's back, I guess. But it is important to remember that Quentin is now mayor of Star City at this point, so yeah, he's got a lot on his plate, if you want to call it. So it's going to be interesting to see if we see any of that in this episode. The next big part of the trailer to talk about is just the main part of it, I guess, and that is the Oliver versus Ricardo Diaz, or the Dragon fight. So I guess the big question is, how does Oliver end up getting chained? He might go looking for Diaz maybe, and then walks into a trap, and it leads to him being, you know, chained up. And he's probably just chained up so he doesn't go completely berserker mode straight away and just tries to kill Diaz or do something stupid. Diaz probably wants to have just like a nice civil chat with Oliver before, you know, unleashing the beast, if you want to call it. Now, the fight between Diaz and Ollie should be pretty good. The two are very skilled fighters. They haven't really established too well on the show, but Diaz is like a martial arts expert, and that's what he's meant to be on the Arrowverse. That's not like what it is in the comics, and it hasn't been established on the show. Well, actually hasn't, but going into the show, the character description did say that Diaz was a martial arts expert, so I'm expecting that to be the case in this episode. We did see in the episode that Roy came back, like him doing the different sparring, I guess you would call it, between all those different competitors. Like, that was a good example of it. And we even saw him fight Diggle, I think it was, in a previous episode before that. But we actually haven't seen like a in the lights and them explaining it, and against a opponent that we know is good. Like, I think they said the guy that Diaz versed in that Roy episode was an Olympic gold medalist, I think. But like, they could just say that. We know Oliver's meant to be good at hand-to-hand combat, so this will be a good fight and a good matchup between these two. Now, the offer that Diaz drops is that if he wins, Oliver, laters, leaves Star City, mate. But then the offer is on the reverse, obviously, if Oliver wins. So if Oliver wins, Diaz, on your bike, Mike, if you want to call it. Look, I can see Diaz winning this, and then it just causes more issues for Oliver going forward into episode 21 and stuff like that, leading into the back half of the season. And you got to remember, like, the deal could be, like, they might not say it in the trailer, but the deal could be, like, if Oliver loses the fight, then Diaz can drop, like, fake evidence or something, and it can send Oliver to jail and stuff like that, or something along those lines. Obviously, we don't know. It's a trailer. They reveal little to no information regarding big things that happen throughout the episode, but we can theorize about, like, maybe what Diaz is dropping. But yeah, following last episode, we know Diaz is quite insane, so I'm interested to see what he does in this episode. We do see Diaz, like, stabbing a book with a big knife that he had last episode with, like, bloody knuckles and, like, a bruised face with blood on it. Now, before that, in the fight with Oliver, he is clean. Like, he has no blood on his face. His knuckles seem to be nice and clean. So this scene where he's stabbing the book is after that fight. So what has annoyed him? I don't think Oliver would have won the fight. He could have, but it might be a draw. That'd be a really anticlimactic thing to happen. Anyway, I don't know. I think Diaz is going to win the fight. But maybe he's stabbing the book because it has something to do with Black Siren. You know, because if we go into the Black Siren topic of this video, it does seem like her redemption arc is going to be starting, if not this episode, the next episode leading into the finale. Mainly based at what happened at the end of last episode. Throughout, like, the back half of last episode, you could see a Laurel or Black Siren's, like, mentality change, if you want to call it, around Diaz, saying, like, this dude is just off the chain. He's just off his rock, if you want to call it. And she's obviously, you know, second guessing what she's been doing. So I think we're going to see that play out, or the beginnings of in this episode continuing on. And she just might not show up to something where she's meant to be with, you know, Diaz or something like that. And he gets frustrated. He doesn't like it when people waste his time, as we saw last episode. So maybe he's frustrated with something like that in this episode. As the synopsis does say, Wild Dog is back. So yay, everyone's been waiting for that. Yay. And then also it says Oliver's old friend in the synopsis. I have really no clue as to who this could be. I don't think there's any special guest coming for this episode, at least I don't think there is. So no, like, Tommy Millen or anything like that. My best guess is that it could be Anatoly. Maybe it could be Anatoly. That's my guess, at least, because Anatoly is an old friend of Oliver. He was working with Diaz. Maybe Anatoly isn't happy with Diaz. So that's my guess. Anatoly Kanayev coming back to help Oliver out with some stuff. Maybe he reveals where Diaz hides out, maybe. That's my best guess. But thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, it would be awesome if you could drop a like and it show support. Let me know in the comments section down below your various opinions about the trailer, what's in it, and my different things I said throughout the breakdown. Just let me know all of that good stuff in the comments section down below. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. I'll catch you later, guys. Goodbye.